Francisco. I have been a public school educator in this city for 17 years, and I stand today with a special education educator, a social worker, and a para-educator, because you may not know this, but we represent all educator workers. When we say 6,000 people, we mean your teachers, the aides, the security, the social workers, the counselors, everyone serving the students of San Francisco. 3 years ago, in 2021, United Educators of San Francisco passed a resolution adopting the boycott, divest, and sanction movement for ourselves. At the same time, we passed a resolution rejecting Islamophobia and anti-Semitism as forms of hate, and we stand by both those resolutions. But when the genocide began yet again, because we know it did not begin on October 8th or 9th, we know that it started before 1948. We know that. But when that moment came to be, we again acted and passed a ceasefire resolution that refused to condemn the Palestinian resistance. And we also included a demand to the end to U.S. aid to Israel. And this is the point I want to speak on today, because right now, site councils across the schools of San Francisco are meeting with budgets that are cut. In one of the wealthiest cities in the country, they are cutting services to our students. Yet, they seem to have billions for the Israeli war machine. Billions to murder innocent Gazans as they wait for flour. Billions to prepare an invasion of Rafah. Exactly. We cannot stand as they defund our communities and fund the police and the war machine. And we stand here today, and we have students from SFUSD, and we want to commend them and recommend them for their leadership. They are leading us in a movement that will stand no matter what happens, because we understand what Palestine means to every single one of us. Palestine is the question of our future. It is the question of whether we get liberation or we face death, and we stand with the Palestinians in every moment. Thank you.
I'm going to introduce our next speaker, who is near and dear to my heart, Rosita. As I said earlier, I'm a healthcare worker, I'm a resident doctor, and Rosita is a nurse and a member of the Mapuche Nation and a proud union member. Rosita has dedicated her voice to speaking up for her community who has suffered colonialism and genocide. She is dedicated to the decolonization of all people as a part of her healing and struggle.
Mari Mari Ichita Rosita. I wish I didn't have to stand here and give a speech, but I'm proudly standing among my indigenous siblings, my Palestinian friends, my colleagues, family. I stand here with my nurse colleagues and my healthcare worker colleagues, my union siblings, my indigenous elder. For the past 148 days, we have watched some of the worst tragedies live streamed to us. We have shared in being collective witnesses. Israel has bombed hospitals, sacred places of healing, yet the world watches. They have killed healthcare workers, yet the world watches. They have killed Palestinians, young and old, without hesitation, and still the world watches. Israel is starving and then murdering those who dare to try and obtain flour, and yet the world still watches. Palestinians don't need witnesses to their slaughter. They need us to shut it down. They need us to use our powers as workers and union members, as healthcare workers, as human beings, to show the world that we are not signing off on this dehumanizing, colonial, genocidal attempts by a Zionist country. Israel is without hesitation actively, ethnically cleansing and killing Palestinians by bombing and starving them. Early in October 2023, Palestinian unions called on us to stand in solidarity with unions across the Bay, and we organized. Bay Area Labor for Palestine did what it does best. We organized, we educated, and we held the very first union-led mass rally in Oakland. And then just this past weekend, we organized a mass educational teach-in on Palestine and worker power. And of course, in true Zionist fashion, we were locked out of the building. But we pivoted and we held it outside. And you know what the students of Westlake did? They walked out. In major solidarity, they walked out. You see, unions have immense power. We are the workers. We load the ships, we work the buildings, we work the hospitals, we work the factories. We move this country. There's a long history of unions and social justice. We understand that there is a beast called imperialist capitalism. We understand that power is never given, it's fought for. From the ILWU and the refusal to load or unload ships during war or during conflict, most notably during apartheid and during the dictatorship of Chile. So how do we make the biggest impact as organized workers? We impact their wallet and their profits. We make it extremely expensive for the 1%. Not only do we put their money as workers, but we use our powers as consumers and move towards boycott, divestment, and sanctions. Stop feeding the beast. Stop giving them our money that is being invested in Israel. On May 1st, International Workers' Day, we leverage our power. Bay Area Labor for Palestine is collecting pledges to withhold our labor. It's a push to use our collective power to send a clear message that we are the workers and are not in alignment with our money and our labor benefiting imperialism of the US and the genocide by Israel. Let's take that power back, because our struggle is deeply interconnected. Palestinian liberation is our liberation. We are connected by the same systems of oppression. And like Angela Davis said, freedom is a constant struggle. And we must contend with what it means if we do not stand up for Palestine. What does that say about us as humans? We use the power. We have to fight.